morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is AS and welcome to my YouTube channel. One of the most important aspects of video game consoles is the inclusion of titles that are legally only available for that platform. Titled exclusives, these games have the potential to encourage you to go out of your way to purchase the gaming device. If I want to play Super Mario Galaxy 2 at this point in time, I need to own a Nintendo Wii. If I want to play Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem right now, I need to own a Nintendo GameCube. As time has gone by, the quantity of exclusive titles has diminished, particularly with Microsoft, who are steering towards becoming a third-party company in a sense that their titles are available everywhere. PlayStation, with its 8th and 9th generations of consoles, is being more protective of their exclusives, and the purpose of this video is to list the best titles that, outside of backwards compatibility, are only playable on the PlayStation 4. As such, titles such as Death Stranding, Days Gone, and Detroit Become Human will not make an appearance on this list, since those games are also available on the computer. What are my favorite titles on the PlayStation 4? Time to find out. Without further ado, let's rank the top 10 exclusive games on the PlayStation 4. Please keep in mind that every game on the list is incredible. The placements solely indicate that I like one more than the other. Let's begin. Number 10, SpiderMan from 2018. Arguably the best superhero video game ever made, SpiderMan for the PlayStation 4 is a love letter to Marvel fans and, more specifically, Spider-Man fans. The swinging mechanics are unmatched. The voice performances are spectacular, with a special shout out to Yuri Lowenthal as the web-slinger himself. The combat sequences are fantastic. The visuals are top-notch. If you need evidence about the game's popularity, keep in mind that Spider-Man for a good amount of time was the most frequent title that encouraged players to earn the Platinum Trophy. If it were not for the repetitive activities in the city, Spider-Man from 2018 could have easily been higher on the list. Nevertheless, you owe it to yourself to check out Peter Parker's latest adventure, assuming you have the slightest interest in the charismatic superhero. Number 9, Shadow of the Colossus Remake from 2018. I never played the PlayStation 2 version of Shadow of the Colossus when it was initially launched back in 2005. I have seen mixed reactions about it. Some folks are saying that it is nothing more than a boss gauntlet and a climbing simulator. Other people are saying that it's an emotional narrative that constantly tugs at your heartstrings. In 2018, the remake was released and I gave it a try. Outside of the frustration that I felt with the camera during the last boss bout, I loved my time with the remake of Shadow of the Colossus. Beautiful visuals, accompanied by an equally captivating soundtrack and a plot that could make you feel sorry for the titans that you conquer, mark any playthrough of a game as special for the player. It is not a game for everyone, since I certainly understand why gamers would be discouraged from playing it. However, if I had known back in the day how much I would enjoy a remake of Shadow of the Colossus, it would have incentivized me to pick up a PlayStation 2. Number 8, God of War for 2018. Despite the lackluster boss fights when compared to God of War 3, God of War from 2018 is as grandiose as it should be. It was a nice change to see Kratos' transformation from an angry dude who seeks revenge to a father who showcases a good amount of personality. Quite frankly, it makes the narrative here easily my favorite in the franchise, as it dives deeper into Kratos' character as opposed to escorting him through waves of enemies and iconic bosses. In addition to the story, the soundtrack is magnificent, the visual design is stellar, and the gameplay is more varied than ever, even if I needed a few minutes to get used to the control scheme. The latter shows its age a bit with a well-known weapon, but the adventure to carry the ashes of Kratos' wife to the tallest mountain in the world was action-heavy, engaging, and most importantly, fun. Number 7, Concrete Genie from 2019. The most artistic video game on the list, Concrete Genie caught my attention the second I watched the debut trailer. The nostalgic art design, the gameplay that asks more than simply paint paintings or draw drawings, and the world layout made my decision to pick up the game at launch day substantially easier. Thankfully, I was not disappointed. If you are an artist or have any curiosity with the hobby in question, play Concrete Genie. In fact, it was free on PlayStation Plus 3 months ago. It may be a short game, but Concrete Genie from 2018 was a pure joy to play and experience. If nothing else, it was a real heart warmer. Number 6, Ghost of Tsushima for 2020. Unlike most supporters of this game, I only played Ghost of Tsushima a couple of months ago. Although I think it received a tad undeserving attention due to the outcry about a game that will be discussed later in this video, Ghost of Tsushima was, at its core, phenomenal. Presentation-wise, Ghost of Tsushima may be the most stunning game I have ever played on the PlayStation 4. The character models, the environments, the animations, and especially the soundtrack are all breathtaking. The presentation is not the only positive aspect about the game. The combat system with the 4 different stances is enjoyable, the narrative is powerful, albeit predictable, and I appreciated the essential choice that you as a player get to choose towards the end. Ghost of Tsushima could have easily been in my top 5 favorite titles of 2020. Sadly, what stopped it was the similar open world structure to Ubisoft's flagship titles such as Far Cry and Ghost Recon Wildlands. Nonetheless, it will not surprise me to find Ghost of Tsushima from 2020 on top of many people's lists of the best PlayStation 4 exclusives. Number 5, Until Dawn from 2015. Until Dawn is cheesy. It has a cheesy story and cheesy characters. Fortunately, the game is self-aware of its cheesy nature and takes full advantage of it to deliver an awesome horror experience. It will not require you to actively shoot monsters. It will not require you to actively hide from an unnatural foe. Instead, it follows a similar structure with its gameplay as Telltale's large catalog of titles and Life is Strange. Although the writing is questionable at times, each character is nicely portrayed by well-known actors such as Hayden Panettiere and Rami Malek. In addition, the frights are not completely focused on jump scares, and the choices that you make during the plot have real consequences, as your favorite character may live or die. If you have never played Until Dawn from 2015, save it for this year's Halloween. It may be the highlight of your celebration. Number 4, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End from 2016. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is, in my opinion, the perfect send-off to Nathan Drake. Taking on the responsibility of saving his brother, Nathan's conflicts are not only physical, but also mental. He must save his sibling from harm, but also confront his mentor and wife about opposite opinions when it comes to Nathan's safety. There have been a lot of comparisons between Uncharted and Indiana Jones over the years, and I will say that Uncharted 4 has the best Indiana Jones-esque plot as of May 6, 2021. Putting the story to the side, the visuals are very impressive, the traversal opportunities are more fluid than the other Uncharted games, and the voice performances are spot on. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End from 2016 is one of my favorite Uncharted games ever, and coincidentally, one of my favorite exclusive titles on the PlayStation 4. Number 3, Dreams from 2020. It may not have the best visuals, the best sound design, the best narrative, or the best gameplay, but it makes up for what it lacks with an amazing amount of creativity and uniqueness. From the makers of the Little Big Planet series, Dreams does what 99% of video games nowadays do not do: allow you to experience the unexpected. Too many games nowadays like Call of Duty, NBA 2K, and Devil May Cry are great, but they play the same with very little desire to be fresh. Dreams is unlike any other game that has ever come out. It includes a short, cute story that teaches the basics of the title, but the meat and potatoes come with its creative tools, which enable you to create various levels in actual video games. You will not create anything to the same high standard as the Plague Tale Innocence or Resident Evil 2 Remake, but some of the creations that I've seen in the game are absolutely phenomenal. Whether or not you consider yourself a visual visionary should not deter you from including Dreams from 2020 in your collection, which will give you an endless stream of content. Number 2, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim from 2020. It is a shame that not a lot of people talked about 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim in 2020, even though it was nominated in the Best Story category of the Game Awards last year. It is a narrative-heavy title where you read through dialogues of text for 80% of the runtime. In the other 20%, you are brought to a grid where you eliminate kaijus with time-based attacks. This description isn't very enticing, so why is 13 Sentinels at the number 2 spot on my list? It is simple. It is because the narrative is the best plot I have experienced in 2020, and in a long time for that matter. Every character is interesting, and the lore is intriguing from start to finish. Confusion may occur if you do not play it in a certain type of way, but 13 Sentinels Aegis stream from 2020 deserved more attention than simply being recognized by many people through last year's Game Awards. Number 1. The Last of Us Part 2 from 2020. Are you surprised that the sequel to The Last of Us is my number 1 spot on the list? After the long project that is currently available on my channel, you should not be shocked at the least. The Last of Us Part 2 is an awe-inspiring, though controversial, continuation to Joel's and Ellie's journey. Everything from the combat system, enemy AI, visual soundtrack, performances, and yes, the story, have been elevated to a higher level from one of, if not the best game on the PlayStation 3. It is a harrowing experience about karma and forgiveness, one which will either be stuck in your mind for months on end for a positive reason, or, funny enough, stuck in your mind for months on end for a negative reason. Joking aside, The Last of Us Part 2 from 2020 is controversial due to its plot, which may please or disappoint fans of the franchise. All being said, I loved every second of my time with the game, and I would not put any other game on the top of my list for the best PlayStation 4 titles. Well folks, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for checking it out. What is your favorite exclusive title on the PlayStation 4? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Till next time, have a great day or evening wherever you are. My name is AES, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.